said before the last game that you don't really pay attention to the rumors, but there's been a new round of rumors, unless Danny talks to you. Has Danny said anything to you?
I haven't talked to Danny. Danny took off yesterday, and the last time I talked to Danny, he didn't have anything, and I haven't talked to him since.
Are you sort of glad that you're not part of the process?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's why you have a front office, it's why you have coaches, right? I mean, my job is to coach the team, and I'm trying to do that as well as I can, and those guys are giving us everything they have, and that's going to be our continued focus. I think until you, just like anything else, until I talk to Danny or until I get something substantial from ownership or management, I just have to maintain the status quo, stay as is, and I think it's as hard as it probably is for our guys to do that, it's probably really difficult. They also understand that there's nothing. It's just the world we live in.
Do you notice a different attitude or any anxiety from your players?
Zero.
If there were a deal to be made, would you expect Danny to ask for your input to it?
Well, we've always, our entire time I've been here, he said that he would just keep me posted and keep me abreast and help me in any way that he could with basketball stuff, and if I had any insights, I'm welcome to share them. But at the same time, one of the things that really draws me to this is we have a great management team. We have a great front office. They do their jobs exceptionally well, and I'm trying to keep up with that from my position.
When you look back at that first Detroit game, Jordan Crawford and Jared Solinger were not in the starting lineup. So how different is this team when they're in that first unit?
Well, we're different. We're smaller, and they're bigger. So this is the challenge: is can we handle or limit the impact of their size and their athleticism? And then you add in the fact that they're, the guys we don't talk about probably enough are the guards and the quickness of their guards, and if they're able to get inside your defense, that's going to create havoc, on the boards and off of, dump downs and all that stuff.
Going back to trader risk, going from your college days, obviously you didn't have to deal with this aspect of it. Is this, again, a new challenge for you in that respect? Do you obviously prefer having a stable?
One of the things I think I've done a pretty good job at since I became a head coach in college is just controlling what I can control, and whether it is rumors that are about or whether it's a person that gets sick at the last minute and can't play, you adjust on the fly and you control what you can control.
Coach, on Monday was so well balanced. Touch on, it's an egoless team on the court. They're playing, so well together. Touch on the development of the team.
Well, I think that they do have a nice way of playing together. I thought that, I said yesterday, I'm not sure that we played our best game the last two games. But the result we won, and so we've got to get caught up in analyzing what went well, what went wrong. But it has been a team that has played well together. I think, and at the end of the day, that's what we want. We can get better in some of the details. We're going to have to be better tonight at the details, because obviously this team feels good about themselves, and rightfully so. They're the only team in the league that's won at Miami and Indiana.
Brand was in foul trouble last night. You guys went obviously 3 deep into the bench with bigs. With Bass, if that happens again, or if that doesn't happen again, do you anticipate using all those guys again, or what do you?
We'll probably be 5 deep. We'll probably be 5 deep, and we'll figure out when the best time to use them is, and but nobody has played in a way that would suggest we shouldn't use all those bodies and use that to our advantage. Be different, unique, and I understand that in an ideal world you may have 3 or 4 guys, but at the end of the day, you can use the extra time and the extra time on the court that's fresh from all 5 of those guys. So that's at least my idea moving forward.
At the start of the year, several people might have looked at this team and thought this would be a total rebuilding season for you. How are you able to combat that mentality early on and build the team that you have?
Well, as you saw, we didn't do it early on. We were brutal at Detroit, and we had a long way to go. And we did compete and we did get ourselves back in that game. I did not think they played their best either. But, I think obviously the guys have stayed together. They've worked. They've stayed the course. They haven't gotten too down when things haven't gone well. We've been on that 4-game losing streak to start the season. We had a 6-game losing streak later on. When those things were happening, there was never panic or, they weren't too down.
You're still right there at the top of your division. So what has worked? What have you been able to work with now?
Well, again, I've said this a couple times. 12 and 14 is not lighting the world on fire, but it is. Our offense has gotten better. It's gotten crisper, and our defense has been pretty consistent all year. And I think it has gotten better over time, but at least the focus and energy level has been pretty consistent. Give or take a game or two for the better part of 26 games.